To harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Allen to throw it. And he finds Tyler Kroft. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 42. Bills are certainly happy to have a healthy Tyler Kroft. Remember, he had a season-ending foot injury last year with the Bengals in Week 5. So the Bills get him, and he re-injures that same foot in May in OTAs, but out there now and says he's feeling pretty good. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
He can't, man. He's not going to get me.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. This complete to Jones. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 27-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. But now it's 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down. So off goes Allen, and on comes Stephen Hauschka for the Buffalo field goal. And this one, a 41-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Rush in. Rush in. Check 52. Check. Come on.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From midfield, here's Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. On the crossing route, complete. It's Jones. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
This will be caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Bills have taken the lead. Hauschka with the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
No chance. Undercrush, undercrush. Hey, 22.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Flushed out right. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. The left side completion to Jones. 3 catches last week. He's got 3 in the first quarter here tonight.
16 yards. That's good for the Lions.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
65, 65, 65, 32.
They'll run on 1st down. Johnson. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, defense. 11. Defense.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 32-yard line.
That's another Detroit Lions 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, switch gears. Zebra. Check.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Down the numbers. There he goes. gets him. 32 yards. And the Lions are going to jump back in front.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Extra point good by Prater, and the lead is now 14-10. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. A little bit of flip the script. Quarter one, they struggled. Quarter two here, they put things together. And I guess sometimes, Charles, you just come out and you have to get your feet underneath you in a ball game, right?
That's exactly right, because every now and then, you don't come out of the gate as fast or as strong as you want to. Sometimes you have to ramp up into it or take a few hits along the way and figure it out. And that's what they've done so far. Slow start, but now they're starting to put it together.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Allen to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 15 yards on the play. First down.
A gain of 15.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. On first down, they stick with Singletary. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 11 now. Allen on the completion, Frank Gore. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 33.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot.
Allen hit, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They'll run here with Singletary. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Better ball security, but not much else to show for it. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. Now Allen. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
I know we can't do a mind meld and really know exactly what he was thinking, but I didn't see an open receiver there. Maybe, possibly, he did that on purpose and just overthrew him.
Yeah, coverage was good, so maybe indeed that was another way to throw it away, if you will. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go. Shoot. Omaha, ready to move.
Off the bootleg. Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Taron Johnson made the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Shoot. Give me radar.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down. White. Alert. Switch.
Operating from the gun. Stafford, incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. These offensive starters still out there in the 2nd quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the 3rd quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the 3rd quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the 4th quarter.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
23 yards on the play.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Allen. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They will run with Singletary. Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Hey, right there, 40's Mike. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And that is incomplete. They had points on their first 2 possessions, a touchdown and a field goal, but this time, defense stands strong.
Would you say that things maybe are trending now in the right direction for them?
Better than drives 1 and 2.
There's no doubt about it. Now maybe they can exhale a little bit, gather themselves, and really get back into this game.
Agnew now to return. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Lions will take over.
At their own 24-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Check, lady. 49 to Mike. Watch the pass. Check 24. Check 24.
They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson.
Boom! Yeah, baby.
Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. From the 38, Stafford to the right and complete to Galladay. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 43. And that catch number 100 for his young career. And remember, only in his 2nd season. The future bright. Stafford now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Now Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down. Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Mike 58 right there. Bang it. Bang it. Slam, slam, slam.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stafford. Complete outright to Kurz. It's a first down on a gain of 10. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Twist. And middle. Protein spill. He's coming, double up.
Stafford on first down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Prater's kick is good. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Our starters likely to be out there for the 3rd quarter as we get back underway in this 2nd half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, Stafford. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Listen, check. Blue 60. 58, Mike. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there,
Operating from the gun, Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he is going to score. It's a pick-6 and a Bills touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Stafford here, coming off his pick-6. He finds a rookie from Iowa, T.J. Hockenson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Stafford now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 39-yard line.
Set. Yellow lady. Yellow lady. Bring it. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
On 2nd and 12, Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check, 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 check. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
From the gun, Stafford. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 2nd and 9, Allen. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 3rd down.
5-yard pickup on the play.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Pass 85, pass 85.
A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. And that's caught by Beasley. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st down, it's goal. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
On 2nd down, Singletary. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
I got you.
To throw, it's Allen. And that is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Hauschka's kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Stafford, wide open receiver, complete. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Stafford now, perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's McKissick. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
Alert 3, alert 3.
They'll run it with Johnson. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Easy work, and it's coming again.
As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this 3rd quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the second half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the 3rd quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 22-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around with the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Good stop, baby. That's a baby stop. Watch the edge.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Escaping the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal.
Here we go. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Tighten up. Tighten up. Tighten up.
Back to throw. Stafford.
Check 43.
Flush to his right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? From the gun, here's Stafford. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will bring the deficit back down to 3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, second and 10.
Tight down. There you go.
Singletary here running out of the gun. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Throwing now is Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. On the return, here's Agnew. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Back now at Ford Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. So they run with Perkins. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They're going to look to throw. James has got it. Complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Here's a second and 7. Eluding the pressure right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Watch the lock it. Watch the shot.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He spins free and some strong running. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. First toss of the game here for the backup Barkley. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Barkley finding Knox there, complete. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Barkley. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Looking to throw. Barkley. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Robert Foster, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a delayed give to Gore. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down. Tell you what, you need the tough yards. You can still turn to the 36-year-old Frank Gore, now in his 15th season in the league. 10 in San Francisco, the 3 in Indy, quick stop in Miami, and now in Buffalo, and still making it happen. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play, one-on-one.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Patrick DeMarco, 26 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They use their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. On the draw, Perkins. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Detroit. Paul Perkins, 56 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter, and don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just one score. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Barkley. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
Operating from the gun, Barkley. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's McKenzie, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Barkley. He hits Beasley right side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Here's Gore. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait, because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
The 16-yard line.
On the ready.
44's Mike. Check. I got you.
Pilot, 64, reach. 5.
From the 16, Barkley. Open man is Kroom, the tight end. And he's brought down. 16 yards, a first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Patrick DeMarco, ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Hauschka adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
27.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Single. Single in the slot.
They'll set up a throw. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Watch 2 man. Check. Go.
Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. He's gonna let it fly. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bills are gonna take over in excellent field position.
Ready?
Mike 51. Hey, they scared. Check 26. Check 3.
Following the penalty, it's Gore. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gore. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down.
Get ready.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 4th down.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Detroit.